You say what's good, YouTube?
What's good, YouTube? It's Chase Mother.
Back with another video. What's good, y'all? Yeah, so I'm pretty sure you've been watching. My bad. I'm gonna get straight into it. It's only for me to document all this, but I did it with my grandparents. I did it with my daddy. Now I'm doing it with you. It's basically for something for us to look back on as I grow, as y'all become more classic and y'all gain more experience. We can look back on this and we can look at this time and place where I'm a young man, and y'all can be like, dang, Chase, look how much you have claimed. Look how much you have, is it came? Look how far you come. Look how far you come. And just to see where my mind is at. My bad. Just to see where my mind is at. And since I've been over the road, I've just been trying to get everything on film as much as possible, so I can have something to go back onto just in case I do forget something or some type of advice that I thought that I always wanted to ask y'all. I had the opportunity to ask y'all since I have a platform.
Okay.
So I guess I'm going to start with this question because I was thinking about it over the road. Tell me, what was the first thing that came to your mind once you knew that you was having a child?
My mom's gonna kill me. Story, I done told you this once before, but since you want to document it, I was in college in Fayetteville, Arkansas, and my best friend, Liz, thought she was pregnant, and so we went to Walmart to get a test, and I agreed to take it with her because she was afraid. And so we went to Walmart, got the test, came back, and she went to her room and I went to my room, and we took the test, and you have to wait whatever minutes. Seemed like a lifetime. And I was like, boo, it's gonna be all right. It's gonna be all right. And so when I got the results and looked at the stick, it had 2 lines on there. And I called Liz and I was like, oh shit. Can I cuss?
Mm-hmm.
And I had the 2 lines and she didn't. So long story short, I was and she wasn't. And so first thing that popped in my mind was, what am I gonna tell my mother? Because number one, I didn't want kids until I was 30. And number 2, she didn't want me to become a teenage mom like she did. But I can say that I waited longer than she did because she was 12, 13 when she had her first child, and I was 18. So that was my first thought, that I knew she was going to kill me. So I waited for a while before I told her.
Another question. When you knew that you was having a boy, how did you vision that how you was gonna raise me and the things that you was gonna instill in me, so when I grew up, I knew those lessons was gonna stick throughout me? So what are some of the lessons that you wanted to instilled in me, so it could project once I got older?
Okay. The first thing though, I wanted a girl. At first, when I got pregnant and I told your dad and all this stuff, the thing about I wanted a girl. And then as the pregnancy went on, before I knew the sex, I flipped it and I was like, you know what? I want a boy first. I thought about it because my mom had a boy first, then me. And I was like, my brother was my protector. So I wanted a boy. So I switched to a boy. But
in mind, right?
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, in my mind, I wanted, the first thing is, and that's just one of those things that girls do when they get pregnant. They be like, oh, everyone asks, do you want a girl or boy? So my thing was, I want a girl. And then after I thought about my mom, and I was like, you know what? I'd rather have a boy first than a girl. Then I thought about combing hair. because I have so much hair. And I was like, what if my little girl have a lot of hair? I don't want to have to comb hair every day. So, in that process, when I did find out you were a boy, that's when I thought about the men that at that particular time, my age range, older, looking at my mom's situation of her boyfriend, I felt like that raising a son should come from the caring and understanding part of the mother. So my job was to make sure that I instill in you how to love a woman first, because I'm your mother and I'm your first love as a woman. Mm-hmm. And two, to teach you how to treat a woman, you know. So the characteristics of just prepping you when you were younger that you didn't know what I was talking about, and what I meant was when you were little, I always like rub your face and say, when you get a girlfriend, this is how you do her, okay? And you would say, yeah, which I knew you didn't understand, but that was the first step of teaching you of how to treat a woman. As you got older, I always still talk to you. You know, one of our things was my open door policy. So that allowed you to be open with me. And if you were open with me, then you could be open with everybody else around you that you come in contact with. Number three, I always made sure you look at me in my eyes. And I know you remember that, because that was just not for me. It was for when you became a man and you were on job interviews or you talking to somebody, you will always look at them in their eyes. And that's respectful. And as they say, you know, the way to someone's soul is through their eyes. Mm-hmm. So that came in play with that. And I've always, you know, what the society that we're growing into, always, you know, you see the negative things about men. So I always told you, number one, you black. Number two, you're a male. Don't give them no reasons to do a third strike on you. So with that saying, I made sure that you try to walk a straight line. Even if you did something wrong, you know, you get criticized, or you might get chastised about it. But at the same time, it was a lesson. So everything that I did with you was always a lesson to make you become the man that you are. I couldn't raise you to be a man, but I knew to instill some characters in you to make sure you had a conscience and think about, what would my mama say? What would my mama think if I did this? And would my mama be disappointed if I do this? You know, especially when it comes down to a woman, because my first title, you know, we wear many hats. I'm a girl, woman, and then mother. Mm-hmm. So now I'm a wife. So those titles right there are important to me as that opposite sex. So.
What are some characteristics that you know that, well, not characteristics, what are some morals that and values that you wanted me to follow in your household as you begin to raise me?
Number one, just be honest and don't lie. There was no reason for you to lie to me, because I never lied to you. For example, if I said that we were going to go somewhere, and this, you know, back then, even till I try to tell my brother this, when you tell your kids something and you can't do it, be honest with them and let them know why. And it could be because I'm tired and I don't feel like it. We'll wait till another day. So being open and honest is one of my values that, you know, that I instill, because we don't have to lie to each other. Because I'm grown, for number one, and then number two, you my son. So there's no reason for me to lie to you, because then you want my friend. You're my friend now. You know what I'm saying? But back then, it wasn't about negotiating or making you happy. It was about, because, you know, if I wanted to do it, I would have done it. But at the same time, if I didn't feel like it, then I'll let you know. So you had to deal with the no's instead of the yeses, because that's another thing. People not going to tell you yes all the time. So why would I instill a yes in you on everything you want to do, and then when you grow up, somebody tell you no, you don't know how to handle it. So that value, you know, is something that really just stuck out, and that's the biggest thing, the lying part. So even if you was doing stuff, you know, that I didn't know about, you know what I'm saying? So that's something that you still learn from because of the fact you knew how I felt. You were just being a little devious because you wanted to do it just to see how it was. So, because that's how you are. You want to do something just to see what the outcome, what will really happen.
Gotta test it. You gotta try.
Right, you got to try, and that's understandable. But as long as it wasn't nothing big, you know what I'm saying. So
it's good in that.
yeah.
I remember. Okay, how did you know you was gonna go about? I guess my dad brought this up. My daddy brought this up about how you stay true to your word, or how if I did something, how you was gonna I won't say punish. What's another word for punish? What was your
My motto was always, I mean what I say and I say what I mean. So if if you were doing something and you knew that you was breaking a rule, or you know, and you got punished for it, you already know I stick to the punishment. Not probably all the time. Maybe when you were smaller, you got off easier, but you don't remember because you was still in that cute stage. You know what I'm saying? If you was in trouble, you got the 2 minutes sit down or whatever it was at that age, you know. And they always say 2 years old you sit for 2 minutes. But you when you got older, that's when the punishments really stuck because you knew better. I did the from 6 months to the 4. You got the real bad butt whoopings. You know what I'm saying? You got the bad whoopings from when it was time for you to potty train. So you learn pretty quickly on that because boom, it only took me 2 weeks because you didn't like them ass whoopings. So then when you had to go, it terrified you. I gotta go, and then
when you explain one of those stories?
Yeah. So one particular story, we was down Kim's house. We was staying out in Hemlock Court, and you had the runs, and you had used the bathroom on yourself, and you just broke out crying and coming. I was like, "What is wrong? I boo-booed on myself. Please don't whoop me, please." You begged not to get a whooping because you were smart enough to understand that if you use the bathroom, you getting a whooping. And I did that because when you did do it and you didn't get it the first 2 days, that third day you was on a pot. You don't pee-pee in your pants, you pee-pee in this pot. And that's what I said over and over in that day. Each day, that's what I said. And you sat on the pot. So when you got better on holding yourself, you was good. But when you had to pee, you outside and you'll wait till the last minute. So you got whoopings about that because you wait till the last minute. You got to pee, you better go in there and pee. You stop playing and you come in here. Do you hear me? He can't come back outside. So that's all of those lessons kept you. It helped you get potty trained in them 2 weeks because you weren't even 2 then. I was potty training you before you turned 2. So you had 2 months to get potty trained before July when I started. We left Georgia and you had a half a bag of Pampers. I didn't even do pull-ups. You went from Pampers to underwear. And so that week that you had that accident and you had the runs because you was cutting back teeth. Because take in mind, you really wanted quite 2. But you were cutting back teeth, and that's what had the run. So you had those pull-ups up, but you still went to the bathroom because you was like, you weren't taking no chance with no wet whooping.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Explain the process of how you was gonna raise me when it came to school. Matter of fact, talk about those early stage of teaching me about my numbers, letters, and how to count.
I did a lot of babysitting, so my babysitting skills was my I say practice, you know. So I babysat Jazz and I babysat Tierra before you came along on my own. So at that age, I was still at a point to where I wasn't boy crazy, and I was more of reading and in school anyway. So with Tierra, I did a lot of reading with her. I didn't do much math with her. That's why her math skills ain't the greatest. But I read a lot of books then, because when I met her mom, I was 14. So when I went to go get my hair done, I always had a book to read under the dryer. So I couldn't focus on being under the dryer because I had to be under there so long. So I always had a book. So I did a lot of reading and prepping with her on that. And Jazz, I really didn't do too much prepping with her because I think about 3 or whatever, I didn't see her until she was older. But with you, I love math, so I knew that I wanted you to learn math. So writing your name, spelling your name, and stuff like that is the lessons that I did and instill in you. So by the time you got 2.5, and you would just hold your pencil right, is when the circles came in. So we did the circles first. I was like, oh, you made a circle, or is it a 0, you know? And then we went from there. The reading part, when you got in school and you would learn letters and stuff, we would drive and you would point out the letters. Mama, that's a this, that's a that. I was like, yeah, right. So before that, with your math, the numbers were good. You had different books and stuff that summer, so you really was in school before you was in school. But I made it as a game, so it was fun. Now, the reading part was the most difficult one, and I should have instilled that into you. I should have beat you with that. But hey, you faked it till you make it on the English. But it shows here and there.
Of course.
Yeah, so English wasn't my best, but I understood my past, present, and future tense.
I have a hard time.
Yeah. And you
I always got kicked out.
Yeah, you can get a book for that. And that's probably how I did with chemistry when I got kicked out of class. I didn't learn how to do nothing but balance equations. Because that was the fun part of it. It was math.
That's the only fun part about chemistry.
Yeah.
Let me see. I'm trying to go through the stages in my life. School. How did the school, how do I want to word this? When it came to the boys, putting me into Boys and Girls Club and stuff like that, did you know how that was going to affect me? And with daycare and all that?
I wanted you to be around bad kids. And when I say bad kids, not intentionally bad, it ain't like hood, but I wanted you to be well rounded with the different types of personalities and stuff. My thought process behind that, because I grew up in a project, but as far as my son, I was instilling and raising somebody to be a good husband, you know, for somebody. So you needed to be around certain type of people. The sports was there, but you also had the different type of personalities. You know what I'm saying? The different backgrounds. Somebody that you didn't really realize at that point that was the only place that they could eat. You know what I'm saying? And when they go home, they weren't going home to a mother or a dad or something. You know, they might be the older brother and sister. But that's what the Boys and Girls Club was mainly about, helping those poverty kids. you know. So that was just that event for me. It was like having you there because I worked. You know what I'm saying? And it was a schedule for me. So I could have had you getting picked up by my grandmother and you going down Aunt Ma's house like Dylan do. But you needed to be around kids your age. You didn't need to be around older folks. So that was my thought process with the Boys and Girls Club, because you needed to have that type of childhood and memory. You know what I'm saying? Not even knowing that it was a lesson involved in that until you got older and you started. If you still was around those kids, pretty much when you got older, you probably could have figured out that, you know, yeah, this my homeboy such and such, and you know, kids talk to other kids, so you pretty much know who was doing bad, you know, and just like kids thought you were real spoiled and stuff, you know what I'm saying, and had a lot of money, but that wasn't the case. It's just how other kids perceive you.
That makes sense. You remember Hemlock Court at the Boys and Girls Club? For every Christmas, I used to come back home with a checkerboard. I was thinking about that when I was on the road. I was like, for them 2 years, I came home with a checkerboard every time. And
do you remember when we were in Hemlock Court during Thanksgiving and Christmas, we had turkeys and ham delivered to the house? Because the churches and stuff used to come and get us a box of food. But if you that's what they did, because they always went to the projects thinking you need and going to because they thought you really need. But we had turkeys and ham, and I would take it down to Aunt Ma's house, and we'll have 2 or 3 hams. That's because of that. Yeah.
I never did know that.
I didn't go buy it because we always got one.
Do you remember the first time I walked, when we lived in Rose City, the first time I walked from Rose City to the house?
No. Are you talking about the wreck?
No, when we stayed in Rose City on Atkins. And I think, I forgot what happened that day, but I just remember I decided I wanted to just walk home just to see how far it was. You remember that?
Were you supposed to were you riding a bus?
I don't even remember.
You must have was going down there to the Rose City wreck.
I was coming from the wreck to the house.
Yeah, coming from the wreck to the house. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Now, okay, I'm with you now. I vaguely remember that. I remember, you know, you must have called from the wreck and asked, could you walk home?
I think that's probably what it was.
And then I was like, okay, you think you can do it? You know, that little conversation vaguely, and I said, yeah, let's see. And from that day forward, you will walk down there, you know.
I definitely remember in the summertime.
Yeah.
I was walking to the wreck.
Yeah.
Or sometimes you'd drop me off.
But then when KK came to stay, I walked all the time.
Just walked all the time.
Yeah. Because it was only that next year, because we stayed in Hemlock Court till you was 5. And then
I remember summer school for 6th grade. Going to waking up, going to summer school, then from summer school go to Boys and Girls Club, then Boys and Girls Club come home. Dang. That was some good days. That was some fun times.
Yeah.
I think that's all I want to ask you. And I know I want to show some pictures. Show them some pictures or document some pictures as well. And I was going through this just to see. I ain't gonna take this out. Let me see if y'all can see. I'm about to flip the camera real quick. Hold on.
So now you want to show pictures. What's the next one? No.
This photo. Is this when you first brought me home?
Mm-hmm.
And this was in Rose City on what street?
Graham.
This is me. Is this Christmas?
Uh-huh.
What happened to that set?
I don't know. What's that? Let's see. I don't know.
I know you never used it. It was always in the bathroom.
I think I did use it though.
You did. You remember the Wild Wild West?
Yes, I seen that. I was like, the movie, matter of fact, it came on the other day and I told Joe, I said, Chase played this tape out. He loved the Wild Wild West.
You remember 8 Night Daycare?
Yes, her daycare.
Always the Power Ranger. This is Halloween.
Mm-hmm.
This one I had got the bowling.
It said too,
The
yeah.
bowling set too.
Mm-hmm. Yep, the girl you with the black Power Ranger that year.
Yep. What was Auntie at? She was over
She was
downstairs.
down there in Mark House.
Oh, for real?
Mm-hmm.
Los Angeles and Laker. You remember that
Jersey.
hoodie? That I said hoodie. Jersey.
Yeah.
Pull over. Remember you used to keep me in turtlenecks?
Yeah.
Who was that? Quickly?
Yes, that's Quickly. You and Quickly. There goes CJ.
That's CJ?
Mm-hmm.
Dang.
Matter of fact, that's the day you got bit.
It is?
Mm-hmm. Remember we was coming to see CJ, and that's my nephew, y'all. That got killed this year in January. He was born, and we were you were outside with his Uncle Cherry, and that's when you got bit on the back of your leg. Yep. We was in Crossett there. That's when Keisha got married. Used the ring board, so we were having you practice on having holding the pillow. Yeah. So you wouldn't run get the crying and all that stuff, because you know ring bearers at that age, kids don't act right. I was like, he'll do good.
This the fair?
Yes, that's the first time you came to the fair. You were 3, because the other years you were in Atlanta. So this year, because you was in the 3-year-old program, you stayed home, and so we went to the fair. That was your first time going to the fair.
Look at me and Luncher.
Yep, your auntie. A year apart.
Explain this face.
Okay, so in the house, every time you used to take pictures and we say cheese, you always say cheese. And when you wanted something, you always, please, mama, please. You see how you tilt? Yeah, that was just one of your things. This I snapped because you got up on my bed and did that. And I was like, oh, snap that picture. So, just showing you like you a little grown man. And of course, them Timberland boots that your daddy was seeing, because he always liked you to be in Timberlands.
This me and Terry.
Yep.
This is what, kindergarten?
Mm-hmm. Redwood, yep. That's kindergarten.
Where was Uncle Sean staying at around this time?
They were in Georgia.
That was in Georgia.
Mm-hmm.
Here go me and T.
Yeah, because that was in Georgia right there at their apartment. They had an apartment, and y'all was in their room. He got some pictures of that when we were down there. But you didn't stay that long, because remember, your daddy got a picture of all of us on that couch.
Oh, yeah.
Him and that first wife of his.
That's Granny?
Yep.
Look at Granny. That's LaRon?
Yep, that's LaRon. Remember how they had those pictures set up on the wall?
Oh, these was the Air Maxes
Yes.
I was talking about in my last video.
Yeah.
Air Max TNs.
So you seen me when I was fine and sexy and little? Did you see that picture? I still look the same.
I was say I don't really see no change.
Yeah, I ain't got no stomach. I know.
I don't really see no change.
Your first Easter speech. You got your little suit. Your Nana sent this suit. She bought your Easter stuff every year, and I just had to buy what you wore after church.
So that's what that process
This right
came
here,
about.
you was about 10 months, cause see, you still had that pacifier with that string.
That's what my daddy. That's what my daddy was talking about in the video. Oh, let me show. My bad. I think it's another photo where you can see me
With the
see me with the pacifier around my neck.
You put Granny on hat on, cause she used to wear those hats. That's where that picture
Oh,
comes
that's
in
where
from.
they come.
Yeah. Yeah, and that was after your first year-old party, because we took those pictures.
Is this Pulaski Tech before?
That's at JTPA. Right before I went to Pulaski Tech, I had went to go take computer classes and stuff. And this is the little place. Matter of fact, it's on Main Street, right at the corner. And I used to go there to take those classes. That's you and Harnesia. Remember Harnesia, Tammy's daughter? Y'all a month apart. Her birthday June 23rd and yours is July 23rd. Me and Tammy was pregnant at the same time.
I don't even know who that is.
You remember Tammy?
Nope.
She stayed with us for a minute when she had her second baby.
I
And
do
that's
know
where
who.
I was.
I do know who that
Yeah.
is.
Tammy that died. Yeah, they got killed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know it was our Tammy. I thought it was another Tammy.
Got two cousins on different sides named Tammy. Yeah.
It seemed like y'all caught a
That's
lot
Malik.
of photos when I was asleep. That's Malik.
Yeah, that's Malik. That's over at Meriden house. I got off from work one day and she called me over.
Dang. I know I had Mahalia had her and Malik had took a photo and I seen how he grew up. I was like, dang, that's funny. I seen it on Facebook. Now I wanna. Can you explain what's the reason why I used to get whoopings by Carlos? I did this transition.
He was your godfather. He your goddaddy.
Yeah, I know, but what's the? Why did I used to get whoopings?
Because you needed a man figure fear. Cause your daddy, he wasn't a good whooper. He probably say he did thumps on your head. But Carlos put that fire in that ass to make that fear. As a good, and this is the thing. This is what y'all kids need. If you just take a good look, and this is just coming from a parent. If you take a good look at how some of these kids are, that's younger than you, when you out in public and grown people around, they cursing. They don't show no respect because they don't have no fear. They don't have fear in adults because no one ever chastised them or spanked them. So that's where they come in at.
I used to hate them whoopings.
I know you did. And
Y'all just be right there.
Yeah.
He'd be on this chair.
Yeah.
Bend over.
Bend over. You ain't hit you but 2 or 3 times.
Them felt forever.
I know they did, but he didn't hit you but 3 times. That was the fear of that. Yeah.
That ain't cool.
So what was you saying? She was pregnant with, I think Fat.
It gotta be.
She was pregnant with Fat. And this was Mama old little red car.
Yeah. Hot red.
So you saying we took a lot of pictures of what?
When I just woke up.
That was Christmas. You know, Christmas when you just wake up. That's what you do. See what Santa Claus got you.
It is funny because my face it never changed. Every time I wake up, that's exactly what I look like.
That's what people. But when I put pictures on there, that was for your birthday. They said, "Oh my God, he looked just like you when he was little."
Remember my fake smile?
Yeah. But I was like, yeah, but he looked just like his daddy now. Everybody said that. Yeah.
That's funny.
Jeez.
Who is this?
That's Harnicia's sister. The one, Tammy's other daughter. They was staying with her. She's, you know, her daddy stayed right down here.
Oh, really?
Yep. Matter of fact, it's a picture of him in there. Should be. I thought
That's Boo and Drika.
Let me see that. Boo and
Drika.
Is that Drika? Sure is Shandrika. Yep.
I don't know if Boo gonna see this video or not.
You got another, yeah.
So songs if you on YouTube. That's Justin.
That's Justin. That's a picture when we had our pool back there.
Uncle Trish, that's me.
Yep, it was about 2-3 months on that picture. Big old fat thing, couldn't hold your head up. But yeah, this is before your time. We stayed on Graham, but in that house, we had a pool. Like when I graduated and stuff, we had a pool then.
That's Mel and
Mel.
Boo.
Mel and Boo.
Who is this?
That's Seimei.
For
That's
real?
back in Tree's room on 2nd. Tree's had a day bed, and it was yellow. That's Seimei.
Dang, that don't even look like her. Look at KK.
Holding you. KK was 7. Just rough. Look at her, just rough looking. She was a tomboy. You remember your little big friend?
Amy.
Amy, yeah. That's me and Mel. Kim, Aunt Kim.
What is this for prom?
Yeah, we had went to I think we were in the 10th grade. We went to our little spring fling thing.
That's funny. Who was all out here? Who's this?
That's Tonton. That's Aunt Nay. That look like Justin. This our cousin Big Nod. That's Mama ex-boyfriend JR. And I don't know who that is. And that's what Dee Tonton girlfriend with the that's Terrell.
That's Terrell?
Yeah, I don't think that's Lil Tony. Yeah, and that's Treese, Boo, and Justin. Out on 2nd. And this is your
look at AJ Jalen and Jasmine.
This is what your 2nd birthday. And we had at Chuck E. Cheese. And that's Justin. And then this one was your 8th. And we had this down Aunt Ma's house. And we had the little pool. Remember my little black cow?
This was like, no, I don't know. Yeah, that's cool, yeah, right there. I know Star Wars just didn't start right there because I remember having a whole bunch of Star Wars toys. Man, that's funny. Now this used to be this used to be the OG setup right here for a birthday party.
Yeah.
Dang, that's crazy. remember this pool. I opened it and got in trouble. My old Christmas tree. This one leather was real big, huh?
Yep. Yeah, my little black leather jacket on.
Ain't this funny? You getting tired on me?
Oh yeah, you know I got to wind down that whole Daria and Quickly.
Dang.
And Antoine and Brandy and
Quickly had some fat cheeks. Hey, Mark. That's
Little Twan.
Yep. Dang. Poop out.
Yeah. Oh, Mama told me Poopa had a bad rate. Was in a bad rate.
For real?
Yep. Ain't name. You and ain't name.
I was hoping to see that photo when I used to keep a do-rag on. It was a stage when I used to keep a do-rag on.
Oh, yeah. That's when you was about 5th, 6th grade or something like that. Yeah, Papa, we had went to a funeral. And you, somebody over on that side and...
On their side?
Yeah. And he came and got me. I had them crochet. Those crochet braids was in back then.
It just be funny to look at everybody's head. And I just like, well, I know that's how my head gonna be in a few more years.
But your daddy thought you was gonna be bald headed now. You gonna be that looking KK. Thin as a whistle. She was like 14.
Jacory and Daddy gonna see this and I'm like, Mama, that's you?
KK, where's that body at, girl?
Mama, that's you? That's Tamika with Taiwan.
With Taiwan.
And that's funny. I think I kind of missed
was
the old...
18 years old.
I think I kind of missed the old days with Kodak pictures.
I think that's it.
That's it. Well, I appreciate you for sitting down.
That's
and
Nikki, Liz, and Teresa.
Oh, for real? Look at Aunt Jean. No, that's not Aunt Jean.
No, that's Mama Brown.
That's Mama Brown. Mama Jean and Brown.
Mama Brown made your cake.
Oh, that's who made my my brownie cake?
Yep, she made your cake. Yes, she did.
That's where them other photos at.
Yeah, that's with them other photos. Yep.
I appreciate you for sitting down and doing this video.
Oh, you're welcome, and I appreciate your way that you said classic. You called us we're gonna be classic instead of saying old.
Yeah, y'all classic.
Yeah, I appreciate you as well.
Y'all piece of material piece. Y'all art. Y'all not old. Y'all art.
Yes. Well, thank you. I enjoyed sharing our experiences, my life story with him. I can tell you over and over and over about it. That was the greatest thing. It was the scariest moment, excited and proud now. So thank you for being you. Thank you for making my life easier raising you. It really wasn't a bad moment, but you know, we had our moments, but it was, okay, it was teachable moments. You never, it's parenting books out there, but those parenting books cannot never tell you really how to raise your child. You just go through the motions of it. And you just decide what's best for you and how to raise your child. So, and I think that comes from your past experience and how your parents raised you, and you just take what you want to get from them of how they raised you and what you're not gonna do what they did.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so my biggest thing was I was not gonna allow my son to feel anything that I felt, as far as when the lights getting cut off, lights, water, and gas and stuff. So that was a big thing for me, to make sure that things kept rolling, even when I paid all my bills and I didn't have money in my account. You never knew. You know what I'm saying? I seen that one of my business partners that I listen to all the time, Brian Bean, he always say, you give out what you get back from your kids. So if your kid walk in, you smile, and they gonna naturally smile back.
I never thought about that.
Yeah, so that was, my thing. You never knew if I cried or, felt like, Lord, how I'm going to do this. You never knew that that's something that I did inside, on my knees or in the shower or something like that. And I always questioned, like, why I got to be the strong one? When my help going to come? That was my thing. But I thank God that I was able to raise you, and I, sometimes I say single mother, but I really wasn't, because you had your daddy there. I was just with you all the time. So that right there made it feel like that, because it wasn't like I could send you to him on the weekends. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't no break there. I got my breaks, in the beginning, but then when you started school, I cut my own self from going out as much and stuff like that. Because when I was going out before you started school, you always like, you going out again? And ain't it? You didn't want us to go out, but I kicked it until you got into school. But that was just you being spoiled, So, but yeah, I appreciate it. I got to go now. I'm going to rest up. I got a training session to do.
On my econ, let them know.
Yes, on my econ. So, and our doorbell just rung.
So we got to go.
Yes, so.
See y'all later.
Peace.